to 6 years.
And news that affects you.
What an academic academic in their leadership rococo, leadership rababare.
It's all the serious stuff,
but with a light-hearted twist.
I'm Sandra Ezekwesili.
And I'm Aogo Obo.
Join us 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Right here.
On Hard Facts. On Hard Facts.
Hello, Lagos. Good afternoon. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts. Your first hard fact of the day: we have a third confirmed COVID-19 case in Nigeria. Please exercise all precautions. Wash your hands, maintain social distance, avoid crowds whenever you can. Now, you don't need to keep your distance from hard facts. I'm here every weekday bringing you the best insights into today's most important topics. And you can even listen to us online if you don't want to share your radio or your car. I bring you these insights, I break them down, I give you the facts, and you can inform yourself. You can form an informed opinion. If you miss any of last week's shows, you can still catch them online. Go to Facebook, go to YouTube, go to Twitter, Nigeria Info FM. I've got a great show for you today. We're starting with the big three. A third COVID-19 case confirmed in Nigeria. Our second story, I'll bring you your daily COVID-19 update. And our final story on the big three, Lagos government wants you to raise 2 billion naira for Abulado. That conversation still raging. For Community Report, we're going to continue our look at the Abulado blast. Chukwudi is going to be there at the scene. And on the big hard fact, we're going to look at the bill in the Senate proposing to ban you from importing, selling, or using generators. We're trying to get the senator who sponsored the bill, but we also have power sector experts to discuss it at 5. At 6 o'clock today, we'll bring you the news, and then we're going to hand you over to Rufai Useni for conversations with Rufai. And afterwards, throughout the show, we're bringing you all the latest updates in the world of news, sports, business, entertainment. Now, don't forget that you can catch every single part of the show online. We're streaming this on Facebook right now, Nigeria Info 99.3. Twitter, you can react to the things that we're talking about on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM, and you can also send us WhatsApp messages 080-959-75805.
This is the Big Three.
The big three on Hard Facts
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
You know what to expect on the big three, stories that everyone is talking about right now. Is NCDC being transparent about wait times for COVID-19 tests? Should Nigeria ban travel from countries with COVID-19 cases? And does government have the moral right to ask for disaster relief contributions? Let's get into these stories. Our first story is your daily COVID-19 update. We have a third confirmed case in Nigeria. I'm sure you've heard that by now. Lagos Health Ministry and the NCDC both confirmed it. They say she's a 30-year-old woman, a Nigerian, but she came in from the UK on Friday. When she flew in, she did not have symptoms yet, so she started showing symptoms here in Lagos. And she self-isolated and she called the authorities. And now they've tested her and she's positive. But that's really not the whole story. Something has been going on Twitter. Remember that this announcement happened this morning, Tuesday. But on Sunday, somebody came on Twitter and said this, quote, "A friend that came in from one of the high-risk countries showing flu symptoms has been trying to get a test done since Friday. Called all the hotlines and there's still nothing. I have just exchanged DMs with the NCDC and they have promised to act on it. We wait," end of quote. If you actually get on our Facebook stream right now, you see this tweet that I'm talking about. That tweet was sent out on Sunday. Now, today, this same person is speaking on Twitter, and he's saying that his friend is the woman who has tested positive. And I was following his tweets since Sunday. He talked about how the woman was disturbing NCDC since Saturday morning to come and test her, and they kept telling her they were coming. It was 1 p.m. yesterday, at 1 p.m. yesterday, that he tweeted that they finally came. You can also see that tweet on our Facebook live stream, Nigeria Info FM 99.3. So according to this witness, who has gone public, the woman called the NCDC on Saturday morning, but they only finally came to test her on Monday afternoon. The story is not over. Right now, that young man is exchanging words with the Ministry of Health online, the Lagos Ministry as well. They tweeted that the patient is currently receiving medical care. And he tweeted that it is not true. They said, quote, "Hello, Lagos State Ministry of Health and Professor Akin Abayomi. You lied in the press release that she's receiving care when no one has attended to her at all. No toiletries or regular power supply, lack of any sort of medication right now. Fix up." Now, all of this is happening in public. It's right there on Twitter. If you get on our Facebook, you'll actually see those posts up on our live stream, Nigeria Info 99.3. You see what he's saying on social media. If you go to Twitter yourself, you can actually read directly from him. So this is not a rumor. This is a public accusation against the NCDC directly. The accuser is not anonymous. He's not hiding. It's right there online. But let's talk about the issue itself. It took 3 days to get this woman a test. Now, if you look at other countries like the UK and the US and Italy, they are also having long wait times. It is not a problem unique to Nigeria. They are having long wait times for COVID-19 tests. It's a general capacity problem. But there's a difference. The difference is the UK authorities and the US authorities are telling the public the number of people awaiting testing. And when people come forward with stories about waiting for testing, they're not called fake news. A few days ago, somebody tweeted about a suspected case in Enugu that was awaiting their test results. The NCDC responded and confirmed that the case existed, but still said we should be careful of misinformation. And lots of Nigerians asked, how was this misinformation if there really was a suspected case being tested? Now, we all know that we should not panic. We all know that we should be responsible. We all know that we should not spread fake news. But we also have to ask the hard questions. The NCDC is responsible to us for keeping us safe. Now, I reached out to the NCDC boss to talk about the issues around delays in testing. And he said he's very busy at the moment. He's having to talk to too many people at the same time. I'm still trying to get to him. I'm investigating. And here are the things that I want to find out for you. Things like, how many Nigerians can the NCDC test per day? For how long will our testing supplies last at that rate? To test you, they need something called a reagent. It's a chemical. Every time they test, they use some of that reagent. And if they finish, how long will our current supply of reagents last? Are we getting new reagents from the WHO? And how soon? These are the things that I'm trying to find out for you. And as soon as I have those answers, you'll have them too. But what do you think about this story? Do you believe the NCDC is being open and transparent about the challenges that they may be having? Do you think if they open up, Nigerians will be more understanding? 0700 993 993 993. 0700 993 993 993. You can also send us a WhatsApp message. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. 080-959-75805. Tweet at us at Nigeria Info FM and leave us a message on Facebook, Nigeria Info FM 99.3. Nigeria Info 99.3. I'm not sure if there's an FM in there, but it's definitely Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk to you now. Hello. Thanks for calling us. Okay, 99.3. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for calling. What's your name?
My name is Manuel.
Emmanuel, go ahead. 99.3. Okay, we seem to be having issues there. So WhatsApp is possibly your best, actually, definitely your best bet because there's nobody trying to jam the phone lines there. But you can also send us messages via Facebook where we streamed those tweets for you to see. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3. So there's no FM there, just Nigeria Info 99.3. I just saw that we're actually not streaming at the moment. Okay. Kareem, can you find out what the situation with that is? All right, let's come back to you on the lines. Hello. 99.3. How are you? What's your name?
My name is Victor.
Victor, can you speak up? We're barely hearing you.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
99.3. Hello. 99.3.
Hello?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, Sandra.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Samuel.
Samuel, go ahead.
I've always been enjoying your program. I'm calling from Ebutemeta.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, concerning what you are talking about, the real issue about Nigeria and governance is that a lot of Nigerians or those people in authority usually don't want to do the right thing. So they know that when they open up to Nigerians, when they say the truth, the loopholes they are trying to cover up will be seen. That is why most times you see them trying to lie to cover up some certain things. Because just like you just said that over there in America and other places, that those people there, they will tell you how many people are in line waiting and what they are doing to make sure that those people get tested. That is because they want to be transparent. They want everyone to see what is happening. Here, we cannot, our authorities here can never be that open and straightforward because they know that the loopholes, those things they want to cover, will come up if they are open to us. And it's really affecting everything in this country. I'm afraid this is not the way to run a country. But then, what are we going to do about it? We keep on trying and talking about it. Well done. Good job, eh?
Thanks for calling me, Samuel. Ibn Abba, hello.
Yeah, hi, Sandra.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. At least for now, I'm not exposed to coronavirus.
Small messes, huh?
I'm safe and immune. Yeah, just that our hot weather is not making things easy for us. As well. Fake news and fake everything. It's really scary.
It really is. Okay, all right. So we're streaming on YouTube. I understand our Facebook portal is having some issues, but if you missed all of those tweets I was talking about earlier on, you can actually see them on YouTube. YouTube is Nigeria Info FM. That's our YouTube handle, Nigeria Info FM. That's where you can watch the show live, Nigeria Info FM. And Tunde will be kind enough to show you again what it is that I was talking about earlier, the tweets of that man who was exchanging words with the NCDC and the Lagos State Ministry of Health. We've got Ezinne, who is a first-time caller in Ogun State, but unfortunately she's not there anymore. Hello.
Hello?
How are you?
No, Ejima.
How are you? What's your name, sir?
My name is Zulu.
Zulu, welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, you see, the situation in this country is terrible. If there is pandemic in this country, let me tell you, China and Italy will be a child's play because the government is sitting on the gunpowder. They don't want to take the necessary measures to make sure that all our borders and the airports are closed. Look at what is happening in Ghana and other African countries because they want to play the role of a... If this thing happened here, I'm very sorry, but I will not be one of them. Thank you.
I'll not be one of them, he says. Jacob in Lekki, hello.
Hello.
How are you? How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Yes, the issue we are talking about is a very crucial issue.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we are not giving it the attention it deserves.
Okay.
I'm quite worried about the steps our government is taking towards the issues. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Loud and clear.
Okay. Now, what I'm worried about is once we have issues like this, you need to check how other nations are fighting, are dealing with it. Even if you have your own strategy, you compare your strategy with those strategies and take the best strategy. All nations, including the U.S., are asking some nations not to come to their country. The U.S. has asked the whole of Europe not to come, but Nigeria is playing the James Bond of the world, opening their border to everybody. I think what we need to do at this moment is to close all our borders for a short period so that people don't move in. Now, what is going to happen? We have a great population in Italy. We have a great population in the UK. We have a great population in America. Once they see that the U.S. is clapping down on them, they will want to come home to relax. And it's the process of massive movement home that this thing will come in. So we need to be very careful. You are not doing any person any favor by asking people to be coming to your country, where the same countries have closed their border. The EU just asked people not to come. Germany just said people should not go on holiday. So I think that Nigeria needs to. Now, let me say something. I've seen the American president address the nation, Italian prime minister address the nation, German, almost everybody. Have you seen your president addressing any person?
Good question, Jacob. Let me talk to Tayo, who's a first-time caller. He's in Magodo today. Hello, Tayo.
Yeah, hello.
How are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I just want to add to all the contributions that the Nigerian government is already doing enough as it is with the meager resources that we have. I think what we need to do more at this time is to encourage the government.
Encourage the government.
The scarcity of resources, just as you pointed out, is a global phenomenon. Even in much more advanced countries, they are having issues with getting the kits.
Yeah, but you know the difference. The difference with us and advanced countries. In advanced countries, they are telling the public what is actually going on. They're being transparent. But here in Nigeria, it seems like there's not a lot of transparency going on.
Yes, transparency is a relative word. I'm not a government official, but I think
is transparency a relative word?
On your part, even as a media station, I think we should take care not to pass misinformation or to do a sort of inciting people to necessary angst against the government. So that's just my point. I think the government is doing as much as it can, and we have experts. You know, all these so-called advanced countries, I think even Nigerians are there, doing well. So I think we should just encourage our government.
All right, Tyre, thank you for calling to share that with us. He says encourage the government. And I'm asking if you think the government is being open and transparent about the challenges that it's facing. Do you think that if the Nigerian government opens up about the challenges that they're facing, there'll be more understanding? The young woman who was confirmed, the third Nigerian COVID-19 case, was taken and tested and announced as positive with COVID-19 after somebody came on Twitter to raise alarm about it. And they had and this person who was just confirmed positive with COVID-19 had been trying to get the government to come and test her since she came back on Friday. So should people in trying to encourage the government and what's the word that Tayo used, not incite angst against the government, also look away from lapses that the government itself is not communicating. Lapses that, mind you, isn't coming from just the Nigerian government. Every other government everywhere else in the world are experiencing some level of this problem. The difference is they are communicating about it. They're not trying to say that people who come online to talk about it are spreading fake news or inciting angst. So what's the right protocol here? I have Anonymous in Festac. Hello, Anonymous.
Hello.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, calling from Festac. I forgot to keep my name to myself.
Yes, go ahead.
This government, transparency is not among their plans. they will always come and tell us what they want to know, not what we're supposed to know. I'm not going to comment on the coronavirus stuff like that. Something happened yesterday at that pipeline explosion which happened at Abuja, if you know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes, we talked about it yesterday, and we're going to talk about it as well today.
Yeah, I'm a uniform personnel.
Okay.
I was there from yesterday morning up to 9 p.m. yesterday.
Okay.
When the governor came, I was there.
Okay.
He just came there, told people what he wants to say without even listening to those that were affected, which is wrong, without even listening to those around. And from one of my escort friends that actually escorted the governor out of the site, because me, I was on ground here, so I asked him that after the governor left the site, where did he go to? And he told me that it was even on their road going back to base, he diverted. I mean, my expectation was that he will be going to the Navy, the naval base reference hospital, where those victims were being hospitalized, to at least check on them. Which he did not do, which is very wrong. He said he's going to brief the president, and he went to base and take an helicopter and took off.
Well, he did go to Abuja yesterday. He did brief the president.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is that at least seeing those victims should at least be a priority.
His wife went to see the victims today.
That was after, which is not supposed to be so.
Okay, thanks for calling to share that with us. Let's talk to Ezinne, and then we'll move on to more updates on COVID-19. There's so much more happening with that story. Hello, Ezinne.
Hello.
Yes, thanks for calling. Good afternoon.
My own little contribution. I noticed that.
Turn your radio off.
Yeah, we are not always proactive when it comes to things like this. We don't prepare ourselves. Okay, look at the issue of the woman with the coronavirus and everything. How many, will I say, the hospitals, how many of them are equipped for this particular disease? If you should go around the country, I'm very sure that they are not even up to 10. Let's assume that the woman actually has it. Do they have the equipment to put through the woman through this disease? Do they have it?
Well, the disease is not the kind that needs major equipment. So if they have a respirator, if they have, basically mostly respirators, that's mostly what you'll need, because it's a respiratory infection. So it's not it's not the kind of.
It doesn't really need a major equipment, but the equipment, are they available?
Good question.
Around the hospital.
Very good question. They're actually
because
not.
Not everybody can get through some. There are some hospitals you go to now, they might not have it. So what happens to the person? The person that is out. So we have to be very proactive. We are not proactive. We take things for granted. We just assume. We always assume that nothing is going to happen. Okay, look at what is happening now. The countries are closing their boundaries. Nigeria, have they closed this? They're not doing anything. They feel nothing is going to happen. When something comes in now, start saying is sharing blame games. And that is not the right thing to do. So please, I will advise the government to put in more effort. If there is anything they have not put in place, they should do that now before it gets into something else. Thank you.
Thank you, Zine, for calling me. There's a lot more COVID-19 updates today. We're going to keep going in a bit. It's 29 minutes past 3. You're listening to the Big 3 on Hard Facts. This is 99.3 Nigeria Info, and I am Sandra Ezekwesili.
This is the Big 3.
The Big 3 on Hard Facts.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info. is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
On our first story, I brought you your daily COVID-19 update. I told you we have a third confirmed case in Nigeria. You've heard that by now. The Lagos Health Ministry and the NCDC both confirmed it. They said a 30-year-old woman, a Nigerian, who came in from the UK on Friday, flew in, didn't have any symptoms, and started showing symptoms here in Lagos. She's self-isolated. She called the authorities. They've tested her. She's positive. Now, something happened on Twitter that made this story even bigger. Somebody on Twitter said a friend that came in from one of the high-risk countries showing flu symptoms has been trying to get a test done since Friday. Called all the hotlines. There's still nothing. I have just exchanged DMs with the NCDC and they have promised to act on it. We wait. And he sent that message. He put that message out on Sunday. Don't forget that this woman came in on Friday, and since Friday they've been trying to reach the NCDC. Today, that same person is speaking up on Twitter, and he's saying that his friend is the woman who has tested positive. I've been following his tweets since Sunday, and he talked about how the woman was disturbing the NCDC since Saturday morning to come and test her, and they kept telling her that they were coming. 1 p.m. yesterday, he tweeted that they finally came. So, according to this witness who has gone public, the woman called the NCDC on Saturday morning. They finally came to test her on Monday afternoon. Right now, he's exchanging words with the Ministry of Health online, the Lagos Ministry of Health, that is, and as well as the NCDC. And he's saying that they lied in the press release that said that the woman is receiving care because nobody has attended to her at all. He claims that there are no toiletries or regular power supply for her. He says that there's lack of any sort of medication right now. And he's asking them online to fix up. And you look at an issue like that, and you look at this woman that it took 3 days to get a test, and you compare that with countries like the UK, the US, Italy, it's almost similar, everybody's experiencing these hardships. The only difference is that with these countries, you actually hear what's going on. They're telling you what's going on. They're telling you the truth about what's going on. But here in Nigeria, it seems to be a different case. Which brings me to our second story. The Senate has officially asked the executive to ban travel to and from high-risk countries. Because remember, of the 3 cases that we've had in Nigeria so far, 2 came from outside the country, Italy and the UK. And it's not just Nigeria. Most of the cases in Africa have come from Italy, the UK, the US, and a couple of other countries where COVID-19 is raging. So basically, the Senate wants us to do what countries like Ghana and South Africa have done and suspend all travel from those places. And by the way, even the European countries are banning travel from those places. The question now is, will the executive agree? We're hearing the president is holding a meeting, and we're going to have to wait and see what the outcome of that meeting will be. But as late as yesterday, the health minister was saying that we're not going to ban travel. Instead, what he says is that we're screening people arriving from high-risk countries: China, Japan, Iran, Italy, Republic of Korea, France, and Germany. Now, when I heard that list, my first question was, what about the UK and the US? I mean, we've all been seeing the news about more and more cases from those 2 countries, but they were not on the priority list. And now we have to find out that we have a case from the UK. But leaving that aside, there's also the question now about whether screening is enough. The woman from the UK and the man from Italy were not showing symptoms when they arrived at the airport. Their temperature were not up, so there was no way a scanner could have picked their temperature. Yesterday, Idris Elba, the actor, he announced that he had COVID-19, but he doesn't have any symptoms. And he also announced the person he got it from. And he also said that that person did not have any symptoms when they met. So if people can spread it without symptoms, is airport screening enough? Meanwhile, I can confirm for you that the Sports Ministry has cancelled the National Sports Festival. It was supposed to start this weekend. It's Nigeria's biggest sporting event. It's our own Olympics, state versus state. But now, because of COVID-19, it's not wise to hold it. Crowds are a no-no right now. Which makes me wonder, shouldn't we be cancelling weddings and burials and church services and conferences? Crowds know the day for these places. Somebody asked me about markets yesterday. I don't know what to do about markets, man. But in other parts of the world, the only places left open are pharmacies and grocery stores. And something very serious is happening in Abuja, by the way. The Abuja Association of Resident Doctors is going on strike. They say that they've not been paid for 2 months. And this is serious on many levels. First, a strike right now, when we are hoping to avoid a community spread, is a serious problem. But secondly, it raises the question, how many of our medical personnel are currently being owed? How many of them have all the equipment and resources that they need to fight COVID-19? Is our healthcare system ready? Since the very first case broke in Nigeria, we've all been talking on Nigeria Info about how well Nigeria's been handling it. Until the Enugu case and this case from the UK happened. The negative case in Enugu and this particular case happened. Which is now making us wonder, do we know everything that we should know? If you're a medical personnel, please call me. If you're a medical professional, please let me know. What's the current state of things? And if you're not a medical professional, do you agree with the Senate that travel from high-risk countries should be suspended? Or do you agree with the executive that we should just screen new arrivals? How do you feel about the suspension of the National Sports Festival? Do you think anything else should be suspended? 0700 993 993 993. 0700 993 993 993. But let me go to WhatsApp first, where we have messages from different people. Ajuluchuku says, good afternoon. These guys are funny. That means there's no provision for emergencies, no already provided or standby medical officers. Why then is the airport still open to flights? What if things get out of hand? We are in trouble in the hands of these guys that we spend our hard-earned money on. There are lots of lies, lots of inefficiency. What shall we do right in this country? All right, Ajiluchuko, thanks for asking me a question I have no answer to. Sandra, government has tried to proactively put structure in place to curtail spread of COVID-19, but they need to improve on response time and establish screening centers in every state in Nigeria. Onwoka Chris sent that message from Satellite Town in Lagos. My concern now isn't just about the woman who was infected, who reported herself. What about those on board with her and the taxi or driver that drove her home? Well, contact tracing has started. Lagos State Health Ministry has already announced the name of the flight. It's a British Airways flight that she came in on. She came in on March the 13th. So they're trying to trace everybody who was on that flight, and they've already asked them to self-quarantine. Shadrach from AJ also says that our government isn't taking this pandemic seriously. Maybe till the number of those infected increases. Mind you, we are fast approaching rainy season, so restriction of travelers from affected countries should be done just the way Kenya is doing, because if the situation gets out of hand, we will not be able to control it. By the way, let me remind you that Ghana has shut down its country. Ghana has shut down all public events. They've shut down schools. They have also shut down travel into the country. Quite the thing. We should close our borders, this person says, to all the high-risk COVID-19 countries, like it's done everywhere. This is not the right time for generosity, Adebanjo says. John in Ikeja says, okay, no, John, that's not a message for me. Our president hasn't even come out to address the people that voted for him. Look at the Ghanaian president. He's addressed his citizens and he's giving them public enlightenment. But ours is indifferent. All of this is as a result of our lack of value for lives. I don't think they're being transparent. The leaders are not ready for this virus. If this virus spreads in the country the way it's spreading in other countries, God help us. All right, GK Clement, thanks for sending your message in. Also on WhatsApp, we have Zach from Texas who's asking, where is Buhari in all of this? Why is he not talking to Nigerians? I think as Nigerians, we're taking this coronavirus on seriously. We think it's a mere sickness. We don't know it's deadly. Take, for instance, we took 3 days to get this lady tested. Victor Ofomba is in Ajegule. Okay. I personally know that we're not doing anything concerning coronavirus. We're just lucky to have not been attacked massively. We are actually not independent, unfortunately. That's actually not true. They are doing a lot of things. They are actually trying their best to ensure that this thing is contained. They just have their hands full. And they're not communicating well. They should be communicating well. Our final story, we're still looking at the aftermath of the Abula Ado explosion. Does the state government have the moral right to ask the public to contribute money? We talked about this yesterday. Governor Sanwo-Olu visited the disaster site and he announced that we need a 2 billion naira fund for fixing the damage and compensating the victims. He said the government will open the fund by donating 250 million. That's 12.5% of the money. And what about the rest? Well, the governor tweeted an account number and said that you and I should contribute. And so I said yesterday that people are arguing about this, both online and offline. Some are saying it's a good idea. They're saying that one, government may not have all that money right away, and two, there's nothing wrong with the public putting hands together to contribute to help our brothers and sisters. But other people are saying it really isn't government's place to ask us. They say, one, we pay taxes to government already, and those taxes are meant for things like disaster relief. Government has LASEMA, the Emergency Management Agency. Government has various intervention funds. All of this is funded by our taxes. So they ask, how come government doesn't have the money to do this? How come government cannot raise 2 billion naira? And then they make a second point, which I brought up last year. The government spent 2.4 billion naira to buy official cars for the House of Assembly members here in Lagos. Lagos State House of Assembly members, 2.4 billion naira. So they had 2.4 billion naira for cars, but they don't have 2 billion for Abula Ado. Let's look at that number some more. Let's look deeper at that 2.4 billion. 2.4 billion, it was for 80 cars. 80 cars. There are only 40 members in the Lagos State House of Assembly. So each house member got 2 cars. They raised the money at 2 different times. So there was enough money to buy cars for every house member twice. But now, no money for Abula Ado. And I wonder if you believe government should ask taxpayers to donate for emergency relief. Do you believe the government, given the way it has spent money, has the moral right to ask you to donate to the Abula Ado Fund? 0700 993 993 993. 0700 993 993 993. You can also send me a message via WhatsApp or YouTube. YouTube is Nigeria Info FM. Don't forget, we're not streaming on Facebook. Something's wrong there. So please leave us your comments on YouTube. I'll take them right now. And then also leave us your thoughts via WhatsApp. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. I'm going to try to keep the phone calls to 1 minute each so that I can talk to as many people as possible. We've got Benjamin in Ikoyi on the line. Hello, Benjamin.
Good afternoon, my sister.
Good afternoon, Benjamin. You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I don't want to waste too much of your time. Let me just ask from the vehicles purchased by the House of Assembly. They can spend that kind of money for their own luxury life, and they cannot spend that kind of money to send innocent souls and help people that need the money, that are paying the taxes for the Lagos State. I know how much I'm paying for taxes, almost 9,000 to 10,000 naira. If something happened to me here now, I would go for nothing. That's number 2. The woman that is pleading for the test and tested the woman, it takes them how many days to test the woman? The woman, being somebody that noticed something, are begging. And our people, the federal government, our government, Ministry of Health, they say they are ready to curtail this virus. How are they ready? What are they put in place upon all the money they have signed for it? Why are they wasting the money? What of the medical facilities? What and what did they put in place? And they allow the foreigners to enter into Nigeria so that they can spray more and more. Why can't they contain it from the airport? Why can't they test those people that have boarded the flight with that woman? Now they are going to look for them for house. They have different houses, or maybe to find out their names from whatever they boarded for.
Thank you for calling me, Benjamin. 1 minute to everybody. Ezine, how are you?
Yeah, good evening.
Ezine, thanks for calling back. Turn your radio off. Go ahead.
Okay. They should start by reducing their salaries first. I think that should be the solution to it. Because you don't expect us to be contributing money. You even ask if the citizens themselves are even feeding well by themselves. You don't just do things that way. The salary they are earning in a month is more than enough to feed a community. So if they should cut down on their salaries, they said they are able to buy some cars and other things with some amount of money. So why didn't they use that particular money to fend for those who were caught up in that incident?
Let me talk to Alexis in Lekki. Don't forget, everybody gets 1 minute. Alexis, hello.
Hi, Sandra.
Hi.
All right. Sandra, do you remember there was a time, I think last week, you mentioned that you were impressed with the level of preparedness from the Ministry of Health?
Yes, I did.
On this issue?
I did.
No, so I was just laughing when I heard that. What level of preparedness? By being poorly reactive? I mean, how can you even compare, the shortages that the more advanced countries are having now to what is going on here? How many people have we tested and how many people have we tested? So why should we even be having shortages in the first place? And when I heard the story of the lady actually pleading to, I just knew that we are not even close to ready to handle this. We need to even, close our borders, because I think the cost outweigh the pros of allowing people come into our country. We cannot handle anything of this magnitude. It's going to be actually catastrophic. So I think we're not close to being ready. It's actually very sad. So no one should say that we are ready in any form or manner. We are not even close to being ready. That's the truth. And I wanted to... hello, Sandra?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead. Hello, Alexis? Hello? Hate it when that happens. Let me talk to Wale Hamzat, who is in Agbara. Hello, Wale.
Yeah. Sandra, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Okay, fine. Thank you. Well, I want to talk about the money that is purported to... They have said that we should contribute. I think I listened to the governor. The governor never asked anybody to contribute, force anybody to contribute money. He said when the incident happened, a lot of corporate organizations have been calling him that what can they do? And that's the reason why they put it up for whoever is interested in assisting people. I don't think the governor is forcing any Nigerian or is forcing any Nigerian to come and contribute money.
Wale, did you see the governor's tweet?
Yes. He said
you saw his tweet? You read his tweet?
Where they want to do, wherever they can come in.
Wale, did you read the governor's tweet? Okay. You can actually go on Twitter right now, look for Babajide Sanwo-Olu on Twitter, and read the tweet. Read it. He wrote it there verbatim. We all need to do what we can. That's what the governor said. And then put the account number there. Abulegba Relief Fund. This is not Sandra making it up. Go on Twitter, search for Babajide Sanwo-Olu, search for even the Lagos State government's Twitter. It is there with that video. Read it for yourself. In fact, give it to somebody to read it to you. Maybe your eyes are deceiving you. In fact, give it to somebody else to translate it to Pidgin. Somebody else may help you translate it to Yoruba or Igbo or Kanuri. It's right there on Twitter. Let me talk to Austin. Hello, Austin. Hello? Austin is not there anymore. Okay, let's see more messages that we have via. Let me check if we have messages on YouTube. Remember, I said that you should get on YouTube and share your thoughts on the subject matter with us. YouTube is Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info FM. That's our YouTube. All right, so leave us comments there. Tweet at us at Nigeria Info FM as well. And then WhatsApp is 080 959 75805. 080 959 75805. Oludare Ajiboye says our president will shut the borders when the virus begins to. Okay, that's probably offensive. I'm not going to take that. Obi Austin on YouTube says, this government isn't being very transparent. Third world countries, anything goes. Okay. Back to WhatsApp. It's not wrong for government to solicit financial help from the citizens, but the lack of transparency, accountability, and trust will not permit that effort to yield good result. Political office holders have largely enjoyed the largesse of this current democracy, so they should contribute and make their contributions public first before we the masses can take a cue. Olabanji Andrew from Ojodu Berger says, thanks for your message. The government of Lagos State should start raising the 2 billion naira from within by tasking all the State House of Assembly members to contribute. After all, they're the ones who are sharing the taxpayers' money, Nicholas says. My name is Prince Kosi, and I'm happy that you are taking time to dish out information for us. For me, Nigeria as a people, we're not ready, same as our government. As for the governor asking people to support financially, I think that's wickedness. They are not supposed to do that. It should be individual things again. If the money is gathered, will it be spent judiciously? Ooh, okay. For the coronavirus test and treatment, no-go area. I've been to the airports and the check is poor. Christian from Ajah says, the lady's story clearly shows the government has put nothing in place to contain COVID-19 imminent outbreak. We're not ready yet. And we have another message here from... Did you put your name in there? I'm not sure if you put your name in there, but let me take your message. Whew, there's a lot of inflammatory messages on WhatsApp. Wow, you should help me now. If you want to take your message, you have to keep it nice. Keep it nice, huh? We have another one here. Good afternoon, Sandra. With the level of graft in Lagos State government, the GoFundMe account is a sitting duck. Lagos State government should do the funding themselves. After all, they allowed people to build on pipelines. Have they not taken enough from the people? Chike Inakute says. Victor Inajegunle says, good afternoon. The governors and the lawmakers should donate for the people who are affected in the Abulado incident. They got the money from the taxes that we pay, and they're spending it on cars anyway. They're traveling abroad, and the rest of it they're putting in their pockets. So let them bring it out from their pockets and actually pay for that fund. Let me come back to the phone lines. Hello, thanks for calling.
Hello, Sandra.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm still learning how to pronounce your other name.
Sandra is just fine.
How are you?
I'm good. What's your name?
Olumuyiwa is my name.
All right, Olumuyiwa.
I don't want to say anything, but this is my less than 9 years listening to radios, and I've knew so many radio presenters and forgotten some name of others. But there's something about you that is unique, that we are listening to you, we need to be praying for you. I like the way you say things in the right way with boldness. I appreciate you. God will be with you. Okay. You will not sick. Okay. Nothing will happen to your voice.
Thank you.
God will be with you. Anybody that is saying maybe NBC or whatever, that get God will silence them. Keep a good work going.
Olumiwa, thanks for calling me. Wow. Adiza is in Victoria Island. That's the last call we'll take. Hello, Adiza.
Yeah. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I want to talk about this COVID-19.
Yes, go ahead.
And the way Nigerians are taking it. I think a lot of Nigerians are taking this thing lightly.
Okay.
You still hear people saying there is no incidence of coronavirus in Nigeria, that the government is trying to
cover it up.
But I really don't know where they are getting this thing from. This is so scary because I think the mode of transmission of this coronavirus is something is beyond washing of hands, really. Because you told me that the likes of Idris Elba, the wife of the Canadian Prime Minister, and weren't they washing their hands or some sort? I really don't get. So I think Nigerians really have to sit up, and then the government we have to ban lights coming out from any of these countries. Really.
Hadiza, I agree with you. Thank you very much for calling us on the show today. Now, for those of you who may not be on Twitter, may not have a Twitter account, probably don't know how to use Twitter, let me read the governor's tweet for you. Let me put this down so that you can hear just my voice reading the governor's tweet for you. The governor tweeted, quote, "This incident is certainly beyond what government can independently pull off, and we will count on your support to contribute to this fund as we work to provide succor for the victims of this unfortunate incident." And then he said, quote, tweeted, quote, "Here are the account details for the relief fund. Name of account, Abule Ado Emergency Relief Fund. Bank name, Polaris Bank. Account number, 4030017510. Name of account, Abule Ado Emergency Relief Fund. Bank name, Zenith Bank. Account number, 1017184516. So he directly told us that government cannot handle this on their own, and they want us, you and I, to contribute. He did not say corporate bodies. He did not say they want to contribute. In the tweets, he simply said government needs us to contribute. Now remember, government could independently spend 2.4 billion on official cars last year. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. Let's talk about Abule Ado some more, because we have Chukwudi Ezugu out in the field trying to find out for us what's going on. But before that, we have an interview with a young woman who wrote a book for women in the workplace. So women in the workplace trying to get ahead. If you want to know how, there's a book you should read, and we're going to talk to the author for 10 minutes before we hook up with Chukwudi Ezugu. I am Sandra Ezekwesili.
99.3, your reliable station for more information around Nigeria.